A film that spent years battling censorship, a surprise OTT release with almost no promotion, and then a sudden takedown within hours. That's the extraordinary journey of Satluj, the latest film starring Diljit Dosanjh. The film has sparked a national debate on censorship, free speech, national security, and the limits of artistic expression. So what exactly is the Satluj controversy? Let's break it down. The story actually begins several years ago. The film is based on the life of human rights activist Jaswant Singh Khalra, who became known for investigating allegations of illegal killings and disappearances during Punjab's insurgency years in the 1980s and 1990s. Over the years, the project underwent multiple title changes. It was first associated with the title Gallu Ghara, then became Punjab 95, and it was eventually released under the name of Satluj. But to understand why this film remains controversial, you need to go back to one of the most turbulent periods in Punjab's history. The 1980s and 90s were marked by a violent separatist insurgency counter-insurgency operation, political assassinations and terrorist attacks. Thousands of people, including civilians, militants and security personnel, lost their lives during the conflict. It was against this backdrop that Jaswant Singh Khalra began investigating allegations that unidentified bodies had been cremated by authorities without proper identification or records. His findings attracted national and international attention and eventually became part of a wider debate around human rights and accountability during that period. More than 3 decades later, those events remain deeply sensitive. For some, they represent a painful chapter of history that deserves public examination. For others, they raise concerns about reopening old wounds or presenting a complex conflict through a single perspective. And that sensitivity is at the heart of the current controversy. The film ran into repeated hurdles with the Central Board of Film Certification or CBFC. Reports suggest the board sought numerous modifications and cuts before granting certification, resulting in years of delays and uncertainty over its release. Unable to secure a conventional theatrical rollout, the filmmakers eventually took a different route. In a move that surprised almost everyone, Satluj quietly appeared on Zee5 in early July. There were no major promotional campaigns, no extensive marketing push. According to director Hani Trehan, only a small group of people knew the film was going live. But the release didn't last long. Within hours, the film disappeared from the platform. Zee5 later confirmed that the title had been removed and would not be available in India under further notice. So why was it taken down? According to multiple reports, the government intervened, citing national security concerns, and requested the platform to remove the film. Officials reportedly argued that the subject matter remained sensitive and could have wider implications. Supporters of the film, however, see it very differently. They argue that Satluj tells the story of a man who sought answers for families of the disappeared and highlights a chapter of history that should not be forgotten. Families connected to victims of Punjab's insurgency-era disappearances have also criticized the removal, saying their experiences deserve to be heard and documented. This has transformed Satluj from a film into a larger debate about how democracies deal with difficult histories. Supporters of the takedown argue that governments have a responsibility to prevent content that could inflame tension or create security concerns. Critics counter that difficult historic subjects should be debated openly rather than restricted. And that's what makes this controversy so complex. It is not simply a dispute over one movie. It is a larger debate over history, memory, accountability, and free expression. Meanwhile, the controversy only grew after the takedown. Copies of the film reportedly began circulating online through unofficial channels, making it one of the most discussed releases in the country despite its removal from the streaming platform. For Diljit Dosanjh and the filmmakers, the episode marks the latest chapter in a battle that has lasted several years. For audiences, it raises a broader question. If a film can spend years navigating certification hurdles, finally reach viewers, and then disappear within hours, where exactly does the line between regulation and censorship lie? That question may outlive the film itself, because the Satluj controversy is no longer just about one movie. It's about who gets to tell difficult stories, how those stories are regulated, and whether some chapters of history remain too sensitive to be shown on screen.